So I finished another sketchbook of figure drawings. So I'm just going to, I started this sketchbook. It has these like random cottage sketches in it. And then this is when the figure drawing took over. So I started January 13th. And I usually keep all of my 1-minute poses in here too. These are just the really quick gesture sketches at the beginning of the figure drawing session. Usually have a minute a pose. And we usually start with 10 1-minute poses and 3 5-minute poses. And the sketches in this bigger sketchbook, which is 9 by 11, they're usually 15-minute poses or longer. And it's just so interesting to look over all of the sketches. This represents about half a year. I think it goes from January to July 16th of this year. So interesting to look back. I kind of like this one where the figure's a bit cut off. For some reason, I really try to squish the whole figure into the page. I'm trying to fill the page with the figure in a way that is interesting. Obviously, this one not so successful. I also like playing with the shadow shape on the background. And for these sketches, I am using a lot of marker and pencil crayon mostly. I remember this model. He was really interesting. He had these really expressive hands, and he'd always do kind of weird, like, hand poses. Hands can be very tricky to draw. It's interesting, too, when you have familiar models. This model shows up a lot, and you get kind of comfortable drawing their form, but it's sometimes the more comfortable you get, the less you are actually really looking. So it's always a challenge just look for shapes and not try to look too much for things that are familiar. That's the orientation. Otherwise it looks like this guy is pinned against the page. I think here I stopped drawing and then I just had time. I always like to keep my hand moving. This is that same model again. I like her poses, really classic. And here's another shadow shape on the wall. This is this orientation again. I really enjoy figure drawing. It's so different from collage, but I find that just drawing from life to be just so relaxing and kind of really vital to making art, I think. It's just so interesting to watch your hand improve as you're drawing. Oh, this is sometimes when I'm trying to fit something to a page and I run it out of space, which will happen. I just append the extra shape with another piece of paper. It's hard to start to draw and make sure it fits. I started now. I maybe can show you as we go through. I've been starting to put little dots that I use as landmarks, which can be good, but also it's just interesting to see what happens when you don't use those landmarks, because sometimes the drawing can be a lot more expressive. This model had really interesting tattoos. I should show some really old figure drawings that I did from like, I don't know, 10 years ago. I still draw the same way, but the other ones were definitely more contoury and kind of interesting in their own way. This is the guy again with the hands and the interesting poses. I like this drawing. It looks very round to me and contained. All right, this is the last session in this book. Or maybe not. Oh, you know what happened? Is I think I left a page blank from this model. So I just stuck that one in there. But that is the same model. Yes, that's it. Another book of figure drawing done. I highly recommend finding a session of open life drawing wherever you live in, because it's just really important to draw from life. Anyway, that is that.Maybe I'll show you my new sketchbook that I just started, which is over here. I'm trying this one out now. It's a hardbound book. It's called Art Alternatives. I bought it in Toronto at an art store called Midoko. But this one is got tons of pages, and I like it because it's the paper is really actually nice and thick. And this session I forgot my usual materials for the figure drawing class because I had taken a bunch of stuff out for my traveling to Sicily. So I'm using pencil, which I somehow don't normally use. That's pencil and pencil crayon. And I think, oh, almost it. That's my new sketchbook. So there's a lot of pages in here. So hopefully that will fill up. I really like this sketchbook. I'm going to go back and buy another one because it's a great size. Bye.